I do it again. Ricky Vitalico, Ruben Amaro Jr. I'm Michael Barkan. We welcome you to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Do you know the definition of a juggernaut? It is a merciless, unstoppable, destructive force. I don't care about the sloppy play. I don't care about all the quibbles there. This team wins when it has to win, and not by a little bit. They're up 10-2, for goodness sakes. And you get lax sometimes, and you give up some runs. 10-5, Phillies win. They are now 31-13 on the season. That's pretty darn good. 16-3 last 19. That's an .842 win percentage.
And at this point, I'd like to welcome you into the Michael Barkan show here on NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Go ahead. No, I'm joking around. Go ahead.
No,
am I wrong? I mean, they do what they need to do, and they win in big numbers.
They banged out 10 hits. We were waiting for a Bryce Harper game. You got one tonight. He hit the ball very well. It wasn't the prettiest of games. You're absolutely right. I mean, the Phillies had a couple errors. They had a bunch of base running mistakes.
Terrible.
But, I mean, does it really matter when you win a game by 5 runs? I don't think so. You got to look at it in certain ways. I mean, maybe this could bite you in a different game. The weather was miserable at the beginning of this one. Ranger Suárez didn't have his best stuff, and he still goes 5 innings, doesn't give up an earned run. So, I mean, you got to look at the bright spots. Well, I mean, when you come out on top and you're sitting at 31-13, you know what? You can just smile at stuff like this.
Yeah, this game really had a chance to go off the rails very, very quickly. In the very first inning, obviously, with Rojas messing up that ball in center field right out of the chute. There's a lot of things that happened in that first inning. Could have been a double play by Edmundo Sosa. He backhanded it, throws to third base, may have been able to get a double play. And yet, they still weathered the storm. They did not play great baseball. This was not pretty. But it was done, and it was done well enough for them to win the baseball game. Fortunately, the Mets were even sloppier, and they didn't really get a great pitching performance because they were a little light on pitching. But, hey, they got it done. They finished off the game. They got the big hits when they needed it to with men in scoring position in the middle of the game, and they put it away.
And that's what makes it pretty. Let's go over to Citizens Bank Park right now. Check in with John Kruk. Call tonight's game with Tom McCarthy. John, they're only 29-9 since those opening 2 series of the season, Atlanta and Cincinnati. They didn't go so good. 29-9. That's a .763 win percentage. I understand they got teams. You only can play who you can play. But they're just getting the job done, aren't they?
Yeah, they just find ways to win. And I heard Ruben say that this game was ugly, and it could have gone either way. Couple years ago, they might have lost this game. But this is a different animal in that clubhouse right now. And they make mistakes, but now they overcome them. They don't fret over them. They overcome them. And I think it's a lot of the veteran leadership. Johan Rojas struggled defensively today, which we didn't think we would ever say that. But you saw after the game, when they're shaking hands, Nick Castellanos talking to him about, different things. And that's the veteran leadership that this team has. And their will to win right now is as good as any team I've seen in this Phillies since I've been back here announcing with them.
John, one thing we were looking for is the top of the order to start doing some damage. 7 for 17, 4 runs scored, 5 RBIs by the number 1 through 4 hitters. Are we starting to get what we want from them?
Yeah, I think so. I like the fact of what Bryce did. He hits the home run to left field off a lefty, which tells you that he's staying on the ball and he's not pulling off. JT lined out to right center field. I think is his first at bat. Then the next one, he hits a bullet to right field to drive in a run. So, when those 2 guys are going the other way and hitting the ball at the authority, as with Nick Castellanos also, that means that they're seeing it good. They're staying on it. They're not rolling over balls. And, look, Alec Boehm just continues to hit. So, when the top of the lineup's doing what they do, and they have been getting a lot of contribution from the bottom of the lineup also. When it starts clicking like this, you'll see double-digit runs from them quite often.
John, the Ranger Suárez not quite as sharp tonight, but he sort of worked through it. What do you think his issues were? It seemed like the weather was affecting him a little bit, maybe some of the defense.
Yeah, the defense, but two unearned runs in 5 innings. look, I know he'd rather go deeper in the game. I understand why they took him out after 5. He was at 86 pitches or something like that. But, if you wanted to bring in Spencer Turnbull in to bridge the gap from the starters to, the back end of your bullpen, I know they want Spencer to start innings instead of coming in the middle innings. But as far as Ranger goes, his command wasn't good, as good as what we're used to seeing from Ranger. But that just shows you how his maturity is he didn't have his best stuff, but he still battled through 5 innings. He overcame a couple errors and got himself another win and got another win for the team. So, I think he's just a special pitcher. I think he's a special man. Just the way he goes about his business and picking up his teammates when things don't go well behind him.
And his ERA only went down, John, from 1.50. That was terrible. And it's much better now at 1.37. It's nuts. It's nuts. Oh
I just don't see how they don't release him and just get him
I
out
agree.
of here. I mean,
we're working on that. We'll send out the signal. All right, buddy.
If he can't get his ERA below 1 soon, we might have to take him out of the rotation.
You know what? You need to have something to point to. I agree with you, John. John Kruk joining us. That's right.
But I don't care. They go ahead and do that all day long because you give the Phillies opportunities or extra opportunities, they're going to take advantage. We've seen them taking a lot of walks in the last couple of games, and they will do some damage once they get some people on and you leave one out over the plate.
The Phillies are sort of reminding me of the team in the 90s with the Yankees. When you made one mistake, it's over because they'll take advantage of it regardless of the situation. If you make one mistake, whether it's a walk, whether it's an error, whether it's a mishap, offensively, they will take advantage of it and they're going to beat your brains out. And that's exactly what you're seeing right now.
They bide their time. They just bide their time. They look for the right opportunity.
Well, think about the 5th inning. Nothing was going really well for the Phillies hitting the baseball. They weren't doing very much offensively. And then all of a sudden it was a walk. It was another walk. So I mean, you give them a couple gifts, they're gonna stamp one on you at some point.
That's what happened. Rob Thomson post game on this win.
Well, he's been logging a lot of innings, a lot of pitches, and we're kind of hoping for a little bit of a pullback game, and we had a full bullpen. Gave us a shot to get Turnbull stretched out a little bit, and we did, so it all worked out well.
What did you make of Ranger?
I thought he was good, but it was tough to pitch there in the first couple innings, and he logged a couple of high pitch counts early. But, he got through it.
Given that Ranger wasn't at his best, you gave away a couple outs on the bases, a couple outs on the field, you still scored 10 and win by 5. I mean, what does that say about the team?
Yeah, it was a little sloppy on the field and the play, too. But we got it done, and you're going to have games like that. But, our guys they keep grinding. They keep fighting.
What happened on the play? Did Dusty send JT?
It was kind of a little bit confusing because he was sending Schwarber and holding JT, and they were pretty close together, and so JT just kept going, which is probably the good thing with his knee, and it's probably more difficult for him to decelerate than just keep going.
You just got him out because of the score. JT, you got him out because of the score?
Yes, just because of the score. He's playing tomorrow.
What do you make of Rojas in center? I mean, kind of some weird mistakes of late.
Well, the first ball, he said the rain got in his eyes. He lost sight of the ball. And the second one, there's been a couple of times where it's been really, because he's an aggressive kid. And probably could have stayed on his feet and caught that ball. But, young mistakes. Thank you.
Here's Bryce Harper in the clubhouse.
Bryce, did you guys change anything in terms of the way you approached Joe Lucchese in the 5th inning that you didn't do in the first couple, or just something just have good at bats, or?
No, yeah, I think all around I thought we had some pretty good ABs. Obviously, it's tough kind of preparing for a guy that you haven't seen in a while. You're just going kind of off AAA stuff and things like that. Got a good sinker, and I thought he kept us off balance for a little bit. But obviously we were able to get some pitches over the plate and have some good at bats, and get the lead right there.
Seeing the offense continue to do what you guys do, and different ways, different people each time as well. How encouraging has it been to see this as you continue on through the season right now?
Yeah, I think going into that fifth inning, we just wanted to get Ranger that win, right? So you're playing for that, you're playing for your team, playing for your guys and things like that. So I thought we had really good at-bats there going to the bottom of the fifth, and started out with Sos and then kind of kept going from there. So saw really good baseball was played, and obviously Ranger did his job, and our starting pitching just continued to do their jobs and kind of set the table for us, and it's been really good.